Let's see what sense we can make of this one. A biology lesson. I don't have the author's name. I got this in a book called Poem Mavericks, Mavericks of Poetry, something like that. I'll read it, and then I'll make some sense of it for us so we could apply it into our everyday context. It's a biology lesson. It's sinister how everything comes alive. In the summer on my light table now, one small flea-like creature doing backwards jumps, one flat thing looking rather like a date pit, like wings, or like legs, one fly with striped wings. Downstairs, the compost garbage grows pink mold every night over whatever I threw away the day before. Weird smell, too. If I leave the corn mill open, a field mouse, or equally tiny creature, leaves droppings on top after eating a gigantic meal. Something lives in the wall of my bedroom, is never home except on rare occasions, rainy nights. The whole place practically crawls the green, moist, chilly warmth yin air. Busy as hell, the whole thing coming together all over the place. They were dead wrong about no spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation is a scientific term. I'm no scientist, so any scientist that hear this, correct me in the comments for sure. Spontaneous generation is the idea that no non-organic object can create an organism, right? So no non-living thing can create a living thing. I think that's a better way of putting it. And so here, the author is sort of questioning that. The author is questioning a principle that exists based upon his or her own experience. So the speaker has an experience that's one thing, and has observations that's one thing, and scientifically it's been proven to be the opposite. Now, if you notice the construction of this poem, just real quick, is very interesting. It's sort of odd. It's got sort of the hanging indentation up top, hanging indentation down below, and then the middle section, it's just flush to the left in terms of the natural or normal indentation, and then at the end you see a space here between all over the place, and then they were dead wrong about spontaneous generation. This is the core, the gist of what is being spoken here. Let me go ahead and put that in yellow. They were dead wrong about no spontaneous generation. How many times has it been that you've had an experience that didn't line up with the classically understood fact, the traditionally understood, obvious stated fact, the scientifically proven fact? How often is it that you have an experience and your experience does not line up with what it's supposed to be like? And I think that's what this author is really getting at here, is that occasionally in life, our experiences don't line up with what we are supposed to have happen, right? So something is supposed to happen and your experience doesn't line up with that. And so now what? And so that's all the author or the speaker seems to be doing, is challenging the normal way of the normal affairs, the normal state of things, and saying, hey, look, man, sometimes in my experience, man, it just doesn't seem to line up how it should. And that's a shared human experience for us all. Some things that are supposed to be fact are something that are things that we just have to believe in sometimes. You know, talk to a person who's ill, right? And then some scientifically proven fact says that you must take this medicine, and then taking this medicine, 99% of the people get better, and then you're 1% of the time, you are the 1%, because you and that 1% of the time is not getting better. Or how about the time where you know, again, medically, like you have an issue and nobody could figure it out, and you're supposed to go to the doctor because the doctor's supposed to help you out, but the doctor has no idea as to how to help you out because it's just an unknown thing. And so in our life, in this life, there's a whole bunch of unknown things that we come up on, and they defy sort of science. They defy the stated norm, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's life. That's the shared human experience that we all have. And when you encounter it, somehow you got to get through it. I don't know how you get through it, but that is an experience that many of us have in this human existence. Well, that's that for this one, man. I think this is a beautiful poem in terms of challenging the norms, challenging the normal way of seeing things. But it's also a poem that is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit down-putting because, this happens and there's really no answers to this question of things taking place that seem to defy the normal way of doing things, or even the scientific way that things ought to be understood. So anyhow, I'll see you in the next one.